What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from New Orleans, Louisiana, for Monday, July 25th, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Lupita Nyong'o and Danai, who've collaborated on the celebrated Broadway play Eclipse, will work together again on Marvel's Black Panther. The actors will play the respective roles of Nakia and Okoye. It was announced this weekend at the San Diego Comic-Con. Nyong'o previously starred in Eclipse, which Gurira wrote. Nyong'o won an Oscar for her role in 12 Years a Slave, and Gurira is best known as fan favorite Michonne on The Walking Dead. Chadwick Boseman is to play the titular superhero in Black Panther, which is being helmed by Ryan Coogler. Boseman first introduced this character in Captain America Civil War. Michael B. Jordan will be playing Eric Killmonger in Black Panther, reuniting him with Coogler, who directed him in Creed. Warner Brothers gifted San Diego's Comic-Con fans this weekend with the teasers for several of its most highly anticipated movies. Unveiled with fresh footage from the studio's comic book adaptation Suicide Squad and Justice League, as well as its new spin on the British King Arthur myth. Starring Jared Leto as Joker, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, Will Smith as Deadshot, and Viola Davis as government official Amanda Waller, Suicide Squad is a supervillain ensemble picture due in theaters August 5th. It was directed by David Yayer. And with the cast that boasted Ben Affleck as Batman, Henry Cavill as Superman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Eliza Miller as The Flash, and Jason Momoa as Aquaman, the Zack Snyder-helmed sci-fi flick Justice League is set for release November 17, 2017. The studio also offered a glimpse of Charlie Hunnam as the titular medieval monarch in the action-adventure picture King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, directed by Guy Ritchie, co-starring Jude Law, Aidan Gillian, Eric Bana, and Djimon Hounsou. It's scheduled to open in theaters March 24, 2017. And in a related story, Gal Gadot says now is the time for Wonder Woman to get her own movie. Gadot introduced her version of the superheroine in this year's Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. A 3-minute trailer for the Patty Jenkins-directed Wonder Woman, which is set for release June 2, 2017, was unveiled in San Diego Comic-Con's Saturday. Starring Gadot, Chris Pine, and Connie Nielsen, it has since gotten about 7 million views on YouTube. The film's Twitter account said, from director at Patty Jenks, watch the official Comic-Con trailer for hashtag Wonder Woman featuring at Gal Gadot, hashtag San Diego Comic-Con 2016. The Hollywood Reporter quoted Gadot as saying during the panel discussion at the convention, many times it feels like we got signs from the universe. It felt like we were just a vessel for a greater story that we need to share with everyone. It isn't about me as an actress or Patty as a director. It felt like now is the time. Oscar-winning actress Brie Larson has signed on to play Carol Danvers / Captain Marvel in an upcoming movie. Larson's long-rumored casting as the beloved superheroine was announced Saturday at San Diego's Comic-Con. Captain Marvel is set for release March 8, 2019. The actress was also seen this weekend at Comic-Con in the first trailer for the eagerly awaited adventure picture Kong Skull Island, which co-stars Tom Hiddleston, Samuel L. Jackson, and John Goodman. A synopsis accompanying the trailer on YouTube, where it has had more than 250,000 views since Saturday. Kong Skull Island reimagines the origins of the mythic Kong in a compelling original adventure from director Jordan Vogt Roberts. In the film, a diverse team of explorers is brought together to venture deep into an uncharted island in the Pacific, as beautiful as it's treacherous, unaware that they're crossing into the domain of the mythic Kong. The main villain of Spider-Man Homecoming will be the Vulture, Marvel has confirmed. Batman and Birdman star Michael Keaton reportedly has been in talks for the role, and the studio announced he will be part of the cast. However, it was not specified what character Keaton will play. Tom Holland will introduce as the new Spider-Man in this year's Captain America Civil War, co-starring with Robert Downey Jr., and Downey Jr. will reprise his role as Tony Stark / Iron Man, while Civil War alum Marissa Tomei will once again play Peter Parker / Spider-Man's Aunt May. Also set to appear in Homecoming are Zendaya, Donald Glover, Jacob Batalon, Laura Harrier, Tom Revolvi, Tyne Daly, and Bokeem Woodbine. A trailer for the high school set superhero movie was revealed at San Diego Comic-Con Saturday. The movie is expected to swing into theaters on July 17, 2017. The classic indie horror movie The Blair Witch Project is getting a second sequel. The film's Twitter account said Saturday The Woods is actually Lionsgate's secret Blair Witch sequel in theaters September 16. The post included a 2-minute trailer for the contemporary film featuring a group of young adults heading into a reputedly haunted section of forest in an effort to find one of the members' long-lost siblings. Follow-up was directed by Adam Wingard. 1999's Blair Witch Project, co-written and directed by Daniel Myrick, was a fictional movie billed as found footage of a trio of student filmmakers who disappeared in Maryland's Black Hills while trying to shoot a documentary about a creepy local legend. It starred Heather Donahue, Michael C. Williams, and Joshua Leonard. The sequel, Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2, terrorized different characters in 2000 but wasn't nearly as successful as his blockbuster predecessor. James Allen McCunn will play the brother of Donahue's character in the third film, which was officially announced at the San Diego Comic-Con. Warner Brothers has shared a new trailer for its Harry Potter prequel Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them with the crowd at the San Diego Comic-Con this weekend. The 2.5-minute clip shows a city in peril after some of the rare mystical creatures mesoologist Newt Scamander, played by Eddie Redmayne, has collected during travels are accidentally let loose. The video prominently features cast members Redmayne, Colin Farrell, and Catherine Waterston, has gotten more than 1.5 million hits on YouTube and about 4 million views on Facebook since it was posted Saturday. With a screenplay by Potter author J.K. Rowling, the movie is set for release November 18th. Set in the 1920s, it was directed by David Yates, who helmed the last 4 installments in the Potter blockbuster film franchise. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror ride at the Disney California Adventure theme park is getting a Guardians of the Galaxy makeover. The announcement was made this weekend at San Diego Comic-Con by Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios. The attraction Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout is slated to open in the summer of 2017. Tower of Terror will have its final drop date in early January. Marvel Chief Creative Officer Joe Quesada said in a statement, "It's such a thrill to be working alongside a true visionary like Joe Rody and the entire Walt Disney Imagineering team. Like our stories and characters, projects led by Joe are the stuff of legend, so Marvel fans rejoice. The universe couldn't be in better hands. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout is going to be out of this world experience, and what has me even more excited are Joe's secret plans for the future. We're just getting warmed up." Feige added, "The incredibly talented Disney Imagineering team has found a way to harness the spirit of which drives Guardians of the Galaxy's success to create this immersive experience. With its debut time to the release of the film's sequel, we are eager to present the attraction to millions who visit Disney California Adventure and place them in the center of the action as they join a mission alongside our audacious Guardians of the Galaxy's team." The big screen Marvel comic book adaptation Guardians of the Galaxy was a blockbuster when it was released in 2014. A sequel featuring the return for the first film's cast members Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, and Bradley Cooper is set for release May 5th, 2017. Shin Godzilla, the latest installment in Toho Company's famed creature feature franchise, will be released in Funimation Films in North America, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. The special effects-laden live-action picture is slated to hit Japanese screens July 29th and the Western theaters in late 2016. The 29th Godzilla film, produced by Toho, is co-directed by Hideki Anno and Shigini Higuchi. The film stars Hikuri Hasegawa, Satomi Ishihara, and Yutaka Takanouchi. Glenn Fukunaga, the chief executive officer and president of Funimation, says Funimation is extremely pleased to be working with Toho to bring Shin Godzilla to audiences across the Americas. Mike Dubois, the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Funimation, says Shin Godzilla represents a brand new chapter in the 62-year history of this iconic science fiction monster. We're excited to bring audiences this new vision of Godzilla from Toho as reimagined by directors Hideaki Ono and Shinji Higuchi. The film is known as Godzilla Resurgence in some territories. A trailer for the movie released earlier this week has gone viral. Actress and singer Kristin Chenoweth says she has landed a role in the upcoming Starz series American Gods. She tweeted Friday, "Surprised, so excited to join the cast at American Gods STZ as the goddess Easter." The message included a short clip of the Wicked and Pushing Daisies alum being revealed as a new cast member at the show's panel discussion at San Diego's Comic-Con. Her appearance was greeted with cheers and applause from the audience. Ian McShane, Ricky Whittle, Emily Browning, Orlando Jones, and Dane Cook co-star in a small-screen adaptation of Neil Gaiman's contemporary fantasy novel, which is set to premiere in 2017. The trailer for the film was also unveiled at Comic-Con. Gabriel Luna has joined the cast of the small-screen sci-fi drama Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for Season 4. The show's official Facebook page said Friday, Vengeance has a new name. Welcome to Marvel's #Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Gabriel Luna. The post also included a brief teaser clip of Luna's character Ghost Rider's signature skull face. The show is to return on ABC with fresh new episodes September 20th. It stars Clark Gregg, Ian Stecker, Elizabeth Henstridge, Mia Na Wen, Brett Dalton, Chloe Bennett, Adrienne Palicki, and Luke Mitchell. Jeb Loeb, the executive producer head of Marvel Television, said in a statement, Season 4 will unquestionably be the series' biggest, most ambitious story yet, and it all begins with the introduction of one of our greatest legacy characters in Ghost Rider. When the spirit of vengeance rides into S.H.I.E.L.D., it'll change everything. Luna is best known for his work in the TV shows True Detective, Matador, and Wicked City. British sleuth Sherlock Holmes expressed feelings of dread that a showdown with his presumed dead nemesis Moriarty or someone equally evil is on the horizon in the first Season 4 trailer for the BBC's Sherlock. The 90-second clip, released Sunday, offers a glimpse of fan favorites Sherlock, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, John, played by Martin Freeman, Mycroft, played by Matt Gatlas, Mary, who plays by Amanda Abington, and Moriarty, who's played by Andrew Scott. The show's Facebook page said in an introduction to the video, which opens with Moriarty asking through the stack-tacky footage, "It's not a game anymore, #Sherlock Season 4 coming in 2017. Did you miss me?" Fear the Walking Dead is to begin the second half of its second season on August 21st. Cast members Kim Dickens, Cliff Curtis, Frank Delane, Mercedes Mason, Alicia Denham Nad Carey, Lorenzo James Henry, and Coleman Domingo participated in a panel discussion at San Diego Comic-Con's Friday, where a trailer of the zombie apocalypse drama's mid-season return was unveiled. Also appearing at the event was Prison Break alum Danny Garcia, who recently joined the ensemble of the West Coast set series. EntertainmentWeekly.com quoted showrunner David Erickson as saying of the series' characters, "They understand there's no turning back. We're going to see a level of violence and intensity in the second half that we haven't seen before." Karen David is to play Princess Jasmine, Dennis Kendennons will play Aladdin, and Odin Fear will depict Jafar in an upcoming story arc in ABC's fantasy drama series Once Upon a Time. David tweeted Saturday, "Well, the cat's out in the bag. I can finally say that another childhood dream has finally come true." The show's official Twitter account teased alongside with a photo of Fear and Dennis in costume is it September yet. A trailer for the episodes was released this weekend at San Diego's Comic-Con. Community collaborators Joe McHale and Dan Harmon are helping to rewrite the reboot of Mystery Science Theater 3000, Netflix says. The Daily Show alum Elliot Kalan will serve as the new head writer of the revival. The show will be available exclusively via the streaming service in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. Also participating in the program are the original show's creator Joel Hodgkinson, as well as comedians Jonah Ray and Felicia Day. Mary Jo Chappelle, Bill Corbett, and Kevin Murphy for the first series will reprise their roles in the new version. Press release noted Mystery Science Theater 3000 national broadcast life began in 1989, set on the satellite of love, where a human host is trapped by mad scientists with his two robot sidekicks and forced to watch an endless run of B-movies. The format proved to be popular during its 11 years and 198 episodes on the Comedy Channel and Sci-Fi Channel. It attained a loyal fan base and critical acclaim, including a Peabody Award and 2 Emmy nominations. Renowned screenwriter Andrew Davies is adapting Victor Hugo's epic novel Les Miserables for the small screen. The BBC will air the 6-hour miniseries in the United Kingdom, while Weinstein Television is distributing the program in the United States and China. No casting has been announced yet. Charlotte Moore, the director of BBC Content, said in a statement, Andrew Davies' extraordinary skill for adaptation will bring the world-famous Les Miserables into powerful focus for a modern audience with a multi-layer retelling of Victor Hugo's masterpiece. BBC One viewers can expect the same quality and scale from the team behind War and Peace in this epic tale of redemption and the healing power of love. Davies noted, Les Miserables is a huge iconic title. Most of us are familiar with the musical version, which offers only a fragmentary outline of its story. I am thrilled to have the opportunity of doing real justice to Victor Hugo at last by adapting his masterpiece in the 6-hour version for the BBC with the same team who made War and Peace. Harvey Weinstein remarked, Victor Hugo's Les Miserables is one of the greatest novels of all time, and while the musical is one of my favorites, this will be completely different. An intense and serious drama that will find contemporary relevance to what's going on in the world today. I'm thrilled to be reunited with Faith Penhale and Simon Vong, my partners from War and Peace, and with Charlotte Moore from the BBC, and of course with Andrew Davies, who wrote War and Peace. I think the BBC and the Weinstein Television collaboration are a new paradigm in the telling of classics, and they're modern and yet respectful, and with the exception of James Bond, nobody does it better than Andrew Davies. Les Miserables has been adapted for the big screen more than a dozen times. It is also the basis for an internationally beloved stage musical by the same name. Starz says it has renewed Power, its New York-based drama starring Omari Hardwick and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson for 2 more seasons. Creator, executive producer, and showrunner Courtney A. Kemp will return alongside executive producers Jackson, Mark Canton, Randall Emmett, and Gary Lennon for the 4th and 5th seasons, confirmed Chris Albrecht, the cable network's president and chief executive officer. Albrecht said in a statement, in today's content landscape, it is challenging for a series to stand out, but Courtney is a singular voice working in television today. In Curtis, we not only have an immense talent, but an executive producer who brings a unique perspective, an authentic voice, and passionate fan base that has helped in a large part propel the success of the series. Along with our executive producers and a talented Power cast and crew, they have created one of the most distinct dramas I've ever had the good fortune of putting on the air. The fans have let it be known loud and clear that they cannot get enough of Ghost, Tommy, Tasha, Angela, and Cannon. Kemp added, Chris Albrecht and the Star team have believed in this show from the very beginning. Everyone here at Power is deeply grateful for the tremendous support we have received from the fans of the show, which makes today's announcement possible. I'm humbled by this vote of confidence from the network and the opportunity to continue to employ our excellent cast and crew who will work tirelessly to bring this show to life. Jackson remarked, I knew Power was going to be something special from the first concept meeting I had with Mark Canton. The fan support for the show has been the driving force of its success, and I can't wait to bring them 2 more seasons full of action and suspense. Comedy Central says Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator and former star of the Broadway blockbuster Hamilton, will appear on Season 4 of Drunk History. The show will begin its new 10-episode season on September 27th, the network announced at San Diego Comic-Con. A press release promised this season Drunk History transports viewers back in time to hang with the Founding Fathers as the multi-talented Lin-Manuel Miranda narrates the rivalry between Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr. Paget Brewster narrates the friendship among First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, played by Busy Phillips, and Soviet soldier Luminiya Pachelkenko, played by Mae Whitman, and their fight for women's rights. Other guest stars booked for the season include Jack McBrayer, David Koechner, Billy Joe Armstrong, Stephen Berg, Rachel Bilson, Michael Cera, Josh Charles, Kate Dennings, Ben Folds, Dave Grohl, Tony Hale, Ed Helms, Tom Middleditch, Elizabeth Olsen, Aubrey Plaza, Ronda Rousey, Liev Schreiber, Elias Swatkin, and Duncan Trussell. Executive produced by Will Ferrell and Adam McHale, the show challenges intoxicated celebrities to recount events from American history while actors act out what the narrators say. Music superstar Rihanna will play the iconic role of Marion Crane in the upcoming fifth and final season of the Psycho prequel series Bates Motel. Annie tweeted Friday, Rihanna as Marion Crane. Another message from the network says that she was a fan of #Bates Motel. We asked, and she said yes. The last season of Bates Motel, starring Vera Farmiga and Freddie Highmore as Norma and Norman Bates, is expected to recreate the events of Alfred Hitchcock's iconic 1960 psychological horror movie Psycho. In the movie version, Janet Leigh plays Marion, a woman on the run after stealing $40,000 from her boss. Marion then makes the unfortunate decision to stay at the Bates Motel, where she is spied on and eventually stabbed to death in the shower. Star Trek Beyond is the #1 movie in North America, earning $59.6 million in receipts this weekend. BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in #2 is The Secret Life of Pets with $29.3 million, followed by Ghostbusters at #3 with $21.6 million, Lights Out at #4 with $21.6 million, and Ice Age Collision Course at #5 with $21 million. Rounding out the top tier are Finding Dory at #6 with $7.2 million, The Legend of Tarzan at #7 with $6.4 million, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates at #8 with $4.4 million, Hillary's America, The Secret History of the Democratic Party at #9 with $3.7 million, and Infiltration at #10 with $3.3 million. Now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1965, Bob Dylan goes electric at the Newport Folk Festival. Before he took the stage at the 1964 Newport Folk Festival, the annual event that had given him his first real national exposure 1 year earlier, Bob Dylan was introduced by Ronnie Weaver, a member of the Weavers. Ronnie, he said, and here he is. Take him, you know him, he's yours. In his 2004 memoir, Chronicles Volume 1, Dylan would write about how he failed to sense the ominous forebodings in the introduction. 1 year later, he would learn just how possessive the Newport audience felt towards him. On this date in 1965, Bob Dylan went electric at the Newport Folk Festival, performing a rock and roll set publicly for the first time, while a chorus of shouts and boos rained down on him from a dismayed audience. 6 weeks earlier, Bob Dylan had recorded the single that marked his move from acoustic folk and into the idiom of electrified rock and roll. Like a Rolling Stone had only been released 5 days before his appearance at Newport, however, so most of the audience had no idea what laid in store for them. Neither did the festival's organizers, who were surprised to see Dylan's crew setting up heavy sound equipment during sound check, as that evening's audience would to hear what came out of it. With keyboardist Al Cooper, Mike Bloomfield, and the Paul Butterfield Blues Band backing him, Dylan took to the stage with his Fender Stratocaster on the evening of July 25th and launched into an electric version of Maggie's Farm. Almost immediately, the jeering and yelling from the audience grew loud enough nearly to drown out the sound of Dylan and his band. It has been stated by some who witnessed the historic performance that some of the yelling from the audience that night was about the terrible sound quality of the performance, out loud and generally and mixed so poorly that Dylan's vocals were unintelligible. But what prompted the outright booing, even over Dylan's next number, the now classic Like a Rolling Stone, was a sense of dismay and betrayal on the part of the audience, unprepared for the singer's new artistic direction. And what did the man himself think of the unfriendly reception he received from what should have been the friendliest of audiences? Some say he was extremely shaken at the time, but with 4 decades of hindsight, his feelings were clear. Reflecting on Ronnie Weaver's Take Him, He's Yours, commenting, Dylan wrote, "What a crazy thing to say. Screw that. As far as I knew, I didn't belong to anybody then or now." Also on this date in 1985, Rock Hudson, a quintessential dark, tall and handsome Hollywood leading man of the 50s and 60s who made more than 60 films during his career, announced through a press release that he was suffering from AIDS. With that announcement, Hudson became the first major celebrity to go public with such a diagnosis. The first case of AIDS, a condition of the human immune system, were reported in homosexual men in the United States in the early 1980s. At the time of Hudson's death, AIDS was not fully understood by the medical community, and the disease was stigmatized by the general public as a condition affecting only gay men. Intravenous drug users and people who received contaminated blood transfusions. Hudson was born on November 17, 1925 in Winnetka, Illinois. He rose to fame in the 50s, starring in such films as Giant in 1956, for which he received an Academy Award nomination, and A Farewell to Arms in 1957. Hudson's good looks and charms were on display in 1959's Pillow Talk and several of the romantic comedies he made with Doris Day in the early 1960s. In the 1970s, Hudson co-starred in the popular TV series McMillan and Wife. In the early 1980s, he began experiencing health problems and underwent heart bypass surgery. His final TV role was a recurring part on Dynasty from 1984 to 1985. While in July 1985, Hudson was hospitalized in Paris. Some media reports indicated he was suffering from liver cancer. However, on July 25th, Hudson issued a press release stating that he had AIDS and was in France for treatment. Hudson, who had a 3-year marriage during the 1950s to a woman who had been his agent's secretary, was believed to be gay, although he never spoke publicly about his sexuality. Hudson died on October 2nd, 1985 at the age of 59 in Beverly Hills, California. His death was credited with bringing attention to an epidemic that went on to kill millions of men, women, and children of all backgrounds from around the world. Hudson's friend and former Giant co-star Elizabeth Taylor became an AIDS activist and rallied the Hollywood community to raise millions for research. In 1993, Tom Hanks received the Best Actor Oscar for his performance in director Jonathan Demme's Philadelphia, the first major Hollywood movie to focus on AIDS. And that is your entertainment report for Monday, July 25th, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.